In this video, we're going to make a basic main menu and a basic pause menu that we'll be able to add to later on. If you press the start button, you should go straight to your game. If you press the pause button, it should stop all spawning and allow you to also resume the game and unpause it with the press of a button, whether it's this resume button, or in our case, we'll also add the escape key functionality to pause and unpause. So let's get to work. Welcome to video 11. Right now we have a fully playable game, but it just starts immediately. Today we're going to work through building a very basic main menu that we'll add on to later. This one will have a start button. We'll create a basic pause menu to pause and unpause the game, as well as a button to resume it. So let's get started. First things first, we need to create a brand new title screen. So what we're going to do is up here in the top left, we're going to choose File. We're going to go to New Scene. We're going to choose Basic 2D Built-in and then press Create. From here, let's go back to the File menu, choose Save As. We're going to save this as main menu, but we need to save it in our scenes folder. So open that up and then type in main menu and press save. Alright, we're going to keep this pretty simple. We're going to add, right click, go to UI canvas, choose image. We're going to call this background just so we get used to naming things. Now if we look at it, it doesn't quite fill up the size of the canvas. So we're going to increase that. There's our background image we just added. There's the canvas. Let's go ahead, instead of just making it straight black, let's put that starry background on there. So go to background, grab this space background, and where it says source image, just drop that in there. And then we can go ahead and just adjust the size of this. So let's press R and just scale it out and up, and just move that over. A little bit of overhang ain't gonna hurt nobody, so that's fine. Right click on our canvas. We're gonna add just a couple more things. UI canvas, we're gonna add a text mesh pro, and it's gonna be called let's see, this is gonna be title text. And then over here in the text block area of the inspector component, we're gonna just type in the title, my space shooter. Let's go ahead and increase this font size to 100. We're going to go ahead and center it, and then we can just increase the size of this text block, and then we'll just move it. The text block, we'll move it to something like that. That'll work. Right click on canvas again. We're going to UI canvas, go to button text mesh pro. We're going to call this start button. We're going to open up that text block, and then over here in the text component, we're going to type in start. We're going to go ahead and increase the size of the button because that's kind of small, something like that. And if we go to the game view, we can kind of see what we're doing. Click on that text block again. We're going to choose auto size and bolden it. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's go ahead and kind of extend it out so it's not so distorted. Something about like that. Let's see how that looks in game. There we go. Still looks kind of distorted. So, but otherwise, I'm gonna be here all day nitpicking. So, but that's good enough for now. Just make it so that you can see it in your game scene view, and then you'll be just fine. So let's go ahead and press Control S. We're gonna go ahead and right click in our hierarchy, choose Create Empty, name it Main Menu Manager. Click on our scripts area. We're going to right click and create model behavior script. Name this main menu. Go ahead and drag that onto your main menu manager. Open it up, and then we'll get to coding. Alright, so this main menu script is going to be very simple. We're going to need, obviously, our Unity scene management namespace. So, and then we're also going to need just one, for right now, public method that's custom, and it's going to be called load game, and it's literally just going to do that. It's going to load the game. So go ahead and press Control S to save that. It's calling SceneManager 1 or load scene 1. Go to File, Build Profiles, and then choose Scene List. So we have our sample scene here, but you see it's listed as scene 0. So we need to take our scenes, go to Scenes folder, grab our main menu, and drop it in here. But when you drop it in, you see that it labels it, lists it as scene 1. So all we got to do is just drag sample scene below main menu, and it'll switch the order. You can close that now. With everything set up, let's go ahead and connect it. So click on Start button, and if you scroll down in the inspector, you can see this section that says On Click. Press this plus sign, which will add a runtime event. So if we drag our main menu manager into this little drop down under the word runtime, then we have a list access to its components, and what we need is this main menu, which is the script. We're going to look for load game and just click on that. So now if I press play, what should happen is once I press start, it'll go to our game. So let's test that out and press start, and there we are at our game. So that's working well and good. Let's go ahead and open up our sample scene, and we'll get started on our pause menu. So over here on the left in the hierarchy, let's go ahead and right click on canvas, go down to UI canvas, choose panel. We can name that pause panel. Now over here, it creates this little white tinted background. I'm not a fan of it because our text is white, so it kind of hides things. So I'm going to actually switch that to black. I'm going to increase the opacity a bit so that it's still, because at 100 everything still looks pretty normal. I want it to be a little darker so that it looks like it's actually paused, like something popped up there. So for me, I'm just going to leave it at 174 for the alpha. I'm going to right click on the pause panel. I'm going to go down to UI canvas and add a text block. This is going to be called the paused text. I'm over here on the right. It's going to say paused. I'm going to go ahead and center that. Give it a little boldness so it sticks out. Increase it to 48. And then I'm just going to go ahead and in our scene view, move this up a bit more. I'm going to click on pause panel again because I want everything to be under, for the pause menu to be under the pause panel. I'm going to go down to UI canvas, choose button. This is going to be the resume button. And if we open up that resume button, there's a text block. Just have it say resume. For right now, if we're looking at the game, we can just leave it right there. We'll bolden it just so it pops out a little more. That's all well and good. That's fine. Maybe increase the scale on the Y a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. Next thing, we're going to go ahead and just with pause panel selected in our inspector, right next to the name pause panel at the top, there's this checkbox. We're going to deactivate it to hide it, and then let's open up our game manager and then get to coding. All right, so in our game manager, we already have scene management, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and press enter right here so we can add our new variables. And up here at the top, we have our pause menu variables. We'll separate it with a header. We'll have a reference to our pause menu panel, and then a boolean that tells the game whether it's paused or not. And by default, it's set to off. Next thing are a couple of custom methods that we're going to put in here right below game over. One is called pause game, and the other is called resume game. I know it's very creative of me. So pause game, just to run through, it's gonna turn the pause panel on, so it's gonna unhide it by setting its active state to true, and then it's going to freeze all time-based movement and coroutines. So basically all the scripts that cause things to move and populate on the screen are going to stop. It's going to set it to 0, turn it off, and it's going to switch this boolean to true. If we unpause it, then it's going to run the resume game. It's going to hide the panel. It's going to turn everything back on again, and it's going to set pause to false. So right now it's not going to do anything as it is. We have to actually update our update method. So let's get to it. So inside our update method, we're gonna just make a few changes. SceneManager.load scene 0 is gonna change to load scene 1, and then right above it, we want to make sure that when we restart it, that we're not restarting paused. So we want to just setting the time scale to 1 on restarts, just to make sure everything is unpaused and running. The new thing we're gonna add is, and it's not really new, it's just something new we're adding to the update method. But we're gonna add this check. So just like the game over if statement checks if the R button is pressed, this check is gonna see if the escape button was pressed and if we're not in a game over. So if these two conditions are met, it's then going to check to see if the game is paused. If the game is paused, it's going to run this resume method. If it's not, then it's going to run this pause method. So let's go ahead and press the Control S to save that and test it out. And in our game manager, we're going to drag the pause panel over here to this pause panel slot. And with our resume button selected, we're going to actually go ahead and add a runtime event. So on click, press the plus sign, drag the game manager below where it says runtime, go to the game manager, and we're going to look for resume game and just select that. And we're going to see if it's all set up. We're going to check it twice, once straight from the level and once from the main menu, just to make sure there's nothing broken in between. So I press escape, it pauses, nothing's displaying, nothing new is displaying, like there's nothing loading, nothing spawning. I press escape, it goes back, pause it, press the resume button, it goes back, so that works. Now let's go ahead and go to our scenes. Press Control S before we do this, but we're gonna open up our main menu and run it from there just to make sure. start the game, it pauses, it resumes. Alright, there we go. So in this video we made a working pause menu, a working main menu, and so we're just getting things set up. We'll build on this later in more detail, but in the next video we're going to start giving you guys a little bit of a reward system using the using power-ups. We're going to make 2 of them, a double shot power-up and a shield power-up. So until then, keep learning, keep building. I'll see you in the next video.